Thank you for joining me for another episode of Expert in You podcast. And this week, you are going to learn how to stand your ground, establish those boundaries so that you are not taken advantage of by your clients, by your sales prospects, by people that don't want to pay you what you deserve to be paid. And we're going to cover it all. So thank you for joining me once again. I love when coaches, consultants, and professional service providers want to do big things in their business. They want to rise to the top and influence their market and the world around them. They want to have a greater impact and make a more lucrative income. Well, if this is you, welcome to Expert in You podcast, the show where I interview other experts and coaches, consultants, so that they can share their success strategies with you. We're going to talk about marketing and how to close more sales, how to get more premium clients, and how to really build your visibility in the market and scale your business like a boss. If this is you, welcome to the show. I want to ask you to subscribe and hit the notification bell right now so you don't miss one episode. Grab your coffee and buckle up because we are ready to give it all to you to help you become the expert and get paid as the expert that you are. Welcome back to another episode of Expert in You. I am your host, Carden, and I'm excited to be here with you again today. And this week, I am going to be talking about how to set boundaries in your coaching and consulting business, to not be taken advantage of by your clients, to not be treated like an employee by your clients, and to make more money for what you do and for your brilliance, for your excellence. It is so easy. It is so easy in our industry to have people take advantage of our knowledge and our wisdom and our skills and our experience and our expertise because they can, and we let them a lot of times. And so I really want to talk about this today. One of the things that I see often, and I have a lot of my clients complain about, is how they can get out of scope creep. And I've helped clients in the past who were really being taken advantage of by their clients, and they were just so frustrated. In fact, I think about one of my clients that I worked with. She was so frustrated with her clients that she almost wanted to drop them because they just kept taking advantage of her, and she was delivering all of these services that were way out of the scope that they originally set up, the agreement that they originally set up. And just because she could do all of these amazing things, they eventually just started expecting her to do all of these amazing things. But the crazy thing was when we sat down, and this is actually why she hired me, because she couldn't get beyond this with this client. And she was stuck. She didn't know how to go back to them. Every time she tried, it wasn't working. She wasn't getting anywhere with them. And so she just needed a better process to be able to go back to this client, reestablish those boundaries, rewrite the agreement, whatever it was going to take. And she needed some help to sort of put all those pieces together. And she was stuck. So we started working together. And as we started breaking everything down, and I started looking at all of the services that she was delivering to them, they had the agreement set up where they were going to pay her a monthly fee, but then anything beyond those hours, she would charge an hourly rate. Well, the problem was they were paying her the hourly rate for all of the additional hours, but she found herself being in a situation where she was having to do so much billing, so much invoicing, so much tracking, and she was being paid 1/10 of the amount of money that she should have been paid. And so when we broke everything down and we looked at everything individually, we saw that she was doing the job of someone that would have been a $500,000 employee. And it was such an eye-opener for her, because I said, well, if they hired someone to do this, how much would they pay someone to come in and consult and do this? And she knew those numbers, and she told me, well, when we added it all up, she was getting paid just a fraction of what she should have been getting paid. And it all happened because she could do the work. She was experienced in the work, and somehow she mentioned that she could help them with that or do that. And because of the way she had structured the proposal, in the agreement originally, she ended up being almost an hourly employee, but not even being paid what a true expert or consultant would have been paid had they been brought in. So this happens a lot. I was on one of my calls with my mastermind group, my clients that are in my mastermind Expert in You Business Accelerator program. And one of my clients was having the same problem. He was being paid as a coach, but he was delivering done for you services because it was easy for him. It was natural for him. He had all of this experience and expertise, and he knew he could just get it done for his clients. And I said to him, well, if they brought someone in and they had to pay someone to do that, what would they be charging? And he told me, and I said, are you getting paid enough to do those things? And when he looked at it that way, he said, no, absolutely not. And so I said, look, you have to create two offers and you have to establish these boundaries, which I will talk more about. But I said, you have to establish the offer for the coaching, and you have to establish offers for anything done for you. And they're two separate things. You can either hire out the done for you, you can do that yourself if you want to pick up the extra money, but at the end of the day, they are two separate scopes of services that you are offering your clients. And he said, I just really hadn't thought about it that way. And so he now has his proposals and his coaching and everything well defined, and he sets that tone at the very beginning of the relationship before he ever brings on the client. He makes sure that those boundaries are established. And so this is really what I want to talk about, because it is so easy for these things to happen. Because look, even though you may be selling yourself as an expert to deliver one thing, doesn't mean you don't know how to do 100 other things that you could help your clients with. I do. I'm sure you do as well. But you can't do that if you're not getting paid for it. And so I want you to think about how you can write those proposals or establish those boundaries up front with those clients so that you do not get scope creep, so that you don't end up working for little and delivering a lot, over delivering. It happens a lot. It's so easy for me sometimes, even with my clients, to say, I'll just go in and make that quick change for you, because it's easier for me to and quicker for me to just go in and do it for them than it is for them to have to learn how to go in. But I'm not helping people when I do that. I need to teach them how to do that, or I'm going to be stuck doing that every single time for them. And it's the same for you. So we really have to be careful about this. The other thing we have to be careful about is people taking advantage of us, even on a sales call or even in a conversation. I can't tell you, when I was newer at this, and even now, I have to be very careful when I'm in a conversation with someone to realize, okay, you're not coaching them, right? And you're not giving them everything on this sales call. And I recently was on a call with someone, and she said, would you just go and look at this 2-page thing that I have and give me your advice? And I said, I'm sorry, but that's what I get paid to do. That's what people pay me for. And I said, look, I wouldn't be serving you anyway if I did that, because when I help people build their business, I look at everything they're doing. It's not just about one tactic. I said, I would maybe give you even the wrong advice. I wouldn't be serving you if I can't look at everything that you're doing. And I said, it's a tactic. It's not a strategy. And without all the moving parts working, my advice probably wouldn't even help you on that one thing. So you have to understand that people just think, oh, can you just, because you know how, but it's this kind of thing that gets us sucked in. And it's this kind of thing that often keeps us over delivering for the money that we're making, not charging for the things that we've probably paid a lot of money to learn, years of experience. You know, I've been in business for 40 plus years, marketing and sales for 40 plus years. I've not only invested a lot of money to learn all of the things that I've learned, but I've had years building businesses, and I've made a lot of mistakes through the years that cost me a lot of money along the way. And so all of my experience and wisdom and knowledge and skills have not come without a big investment in, I like to say, blood, sweat, and tears and money. And so you deserve to be paid for that and to not be taken advantage of. And I hear it just over and over again. This is just such a common problem with coaches, with consultants. Clients really don't realize the value that you have, but you have to be the one to establish those boundaries, because look, if people can take advantage of you, they will. It's just human nature. They may not think anything about asking you a question that you have maybe taken years to learn. They may not think anything about asking you to review something that takes time out of your business, time away from other things that you could be doing, time away from your freedom and your family and other things going on in your life. They just think, well, you know what you're doing. It's not going to take you very long to read this. That is not the point. The point is you deserve to be paid for your skills, for your expertise, for your knowledge, for your value, and to not be taken advantage of. But the only person that can stop this from happening is you. I had another call with someone who is a dear friend. I've known him for many, many years, and he's doing some incredible things. He just wrote a best-selling book, and he's doing some amazing things. And he said, "Ann, I want to ask you about being paid as a speaker." And I was happy to do a quick 15-minute call with him to give him, now through the years, I will say I've given him a lot of free advice. He's never even paid me a dime for any of my services, but he's a dear friend. He refers business to me, all of those things. But because of that, he said, would you just, I'd love to talk to you about how people, like how they charge their fees to get paid as a speaker. So I was happy to get on a 15-minute call with him. I told him that. But as we're talking and I'm sharing, I said, this is what a lot of people in this industry charge. And, and I'm giving him some things that I would share with anyone. I would share it on a live. I would share it on, a podcast. So I wasn't giving him any, secret information. But at the end of the conversation, I said, look, if you want to get paid as a speaker, there's a whole strategy that goes behind getting paid as a speaker. Your marketing is a piece of it. Your target audience is a piece of it. What you're going to deliver. I said, it's a whole strategy. If you want to build this out to be a major income stream in your business, then you need a strategic approach to this, because there are a lot of moving parts and there are a lot of things that go into this. It's not just, I want to be paid as a speaker, I think I'll go do it. It's not like that. It's like building another business. And so I said, you need a whole strategy. And he said, okay, well, when could you maybe do another call to show me how to do that? And I said, okay, just to be clear, this is what I get paid to do. Is that something you're willing to invest in? Now, it's a hard thing to do because I love this person. He's amazing. We've been friends for years. But at that point, I had to set my boundaries, and I had to say, look, I was happy to get on here and share a little bit of information with you, and I'm happy to do that. You're my friend. But if you want me to develop your strategy, if you want me to sit down and actually talk to you about a strategy, that is what I get paid to do. So even though it's uncomfortable, I want to encourage you that you have to set these boundaries, or you will end up giving all of your work away for free or for little, and it's not fair to you. So I hope this is helpful for you. Where is scope creep coming in? Where are you giving too much free advice? Where are you doing things that you're not getting paid for? Just these things can help you grow your income and can help you grow your business. But not only that, even though it may feel like it's off-putting to someone that you stand your ground and you establish those boundaries, it also makes you a professional. It makes you look like the expert that you are. So don't let people take advantage. Look at where people might be taking advantage of you. And I want to encourage you to take a step back, go back to that client if you need to, and say, we need to reestablish our agreement. We need to take another deep look at the work that we're doing here, because I am doing work that I'm not being paid in the right way for, and we need to come to some new terms, a new agreement. We need to rewrite the agreement. We need to look at different things that you would like and how we can do those things for you. But we need to really redesign the scope of work that we are doing and the fees that go along with that. And you just have to be upfront and do that. And by the way, the client that I talked about in the very beginning that hired me, because every time she went back to that client to try to get them to renegotiate and look at the agreement again, they kind of kept putting her off, and she just couldn't seem to get anywhere with them. So part of the thing that I helped her with was the actual language and the actual process to get them to sit down with her. And when she did, she went back with 3 very clear offers, very clearly defined offers. This is what this is, this is what this is, this is what this is, this is what this this is what the investment will be on this is what the investment will be on this is what the investment will be on this. Long story short, she ended up bringing up her fees with the investment that they wanted to make, and they cut away the other 2 for the time being. So she got all of her life back, she got her time back, and she was making more from the client. So it's a really, really important thing for you to do. Just because you can do things doesn't mean you should without being paid. So be very careful when you are working with your clients, or even on sales calls, as I've already said. Another place where I see this happen a lot is in Facebook groups and groups with people where all of a sudden they're going to start asking your opinion, and then they want you to look at their stuff. And I can't tell you how much it's happened to me. And you just have to really set those boundaries, stand behind those boundaries, and be the pro that you are. Be the professional, be the expert, and let people see that you are. Let everyone else give away the free. All right. I hope this has been helpful. What an amazing opportunity we have in this next year growing this podcast. I'm excited to be back with you, and I'm going to be bringing in some fantastic guests that are going to help you build a more lucrative and impactful coaching, consulting, or professional services business and get paid what you deserve while having freedom in your life. You have an amazing day. God bless you. Bye-bye. If you've enjoyed this episode, I want to invite you to go check out a free training that I have at expertinu.us. It is a training that I have on how you can get ultra premium dream clients, scale your business, get more freedom, and really simplify your business and multiply your money. So go check that out. And again, that is expertinu.us. I want to thank you for being here with me this week. I hope you found massive value. Please always leave a comment, feedback, or a question. We check them all. And I want you to go rock your business, and make sure you join us again next week. God bless you. Have an amazing day. Bye-bye.